not possible that the INEC staff connived with someone to give out a card without the person signing? I know you're trying to do checks and balances, as you say. You're trying to check so that nobody takes a card that doesn't belong to him. But these people have collected a card without signing. So he didn't sign out that card. Doesn't that open up a loophole?
No, you see, it's not a loophole, really. That's why we said no human operation is perfect. And I said there are only a few cases. No human operation is perfect. For whatever reason, somebody might have collected and slipped. The process of saying, come to register, just could have picked it and gone away, but it's a legitimate owner. Now, if you say the person should not vote, you could throw up other legal challenges. That's in Ekiti. You could throw up other legal challenges because the distribution register is just a check and his name in the register. So, but like I said, it is for somebody who you confirm that is the legitimate owner of the card. It becomes different if he's not the legitimate owner of the card.
How clone-proof are these cards?
The cards have biometric chips. It's a smart card. All your data, all your biometric data is on the chip of the card. Right now, we are not using voter card readers, but where you will understand the card better is when we use the card reader. When it is swiped, all your data will pop up on the screen. Then you will match, because your fingerprint is also on the card, in the chip on the card. You will now match your fingerprint that you brought to the polling unit by, you put it on the scanner, that we match it with what you have on the card and confirm that you are the legitimate owner.
Now that you're not using the card reader, people could come in with clone.
No, that's why we are using the collection distribution register.
So do their pictures appear on the distribution register?
Sure.
Okay, not just their name.
No, not
the
just
name.
It's just it's another copy of the register, but where you now signed that you collected. It's another copy of the register of voters where you signed that you collected.
Okay, so for these elections, poll will open by 8 o'clock.
Yes.
The usual process, you have to
come up at 8 o'clock. You present your card. The poll worker will check your name in the register, tick that you are there, you came for accreditation. Then you will put indelible print on the left cuticle of your thumb. Then you go away. At 12:30, because the accreditation stops at 12, there's a turnaround time of 30 minutes. So by 12:30, everybody queue. Another point with cloning of cards is this: the voting process actually is useless. If you vote, if you have a card somewhere, if you have a card wherever at all, you can only be at one place at one time. And if you don't have a card, you won't get accredited in the first place. Because at 12:30 p.m., everybody will queue up. Then the last, at the back of the last person, the poll orderly will stand, and people begin to vote. Then when you are issued your ballot paper to go and vote, the indelible ink will be applied on the right cuticle of your thumb. Now, at the cuticle of your right thumb. Now, when the last person votes, this will be happening simultaneously all over the 310,000 polling units that we have in the state. And when this ends, voting ends. So it's not possible for you to vote here and rush to another place to vote. Because before you get there, the poll orderly will be at the back of the last person. So you can't join the queue anymore.
So what about the list of the PVCs that were not distributed?
Yeah, the PVCs
is it going to be published? Any need for that?
What for? What purpose will it serve? Yes, we have the PVCs that were not distributed.
What happened? They were asking. Okay.
You know what, people, that's the point. People will ask all manners of things. You ask what purpose will it serve? What purpose, with all these processes that I've described to you, what purpose will the list of unclaimed
I guess they want
serve?
to make assurance doubly sure so that they don't see a PVC that was not claimed and then pops up as though the card had been used to vote.
Look, if a PVC was not claimed and it belongs to somebody else and you collect it, you can't use it. That's the point I'm making. Let's even assume that it is possible for you to collect it. I can assure you that, as far as I know, you cannot collect the unclaimed PVCs. But since we insist on personal collection, we said there's no proxy collection. So how will you collect a card that didn't belong to you? But let's even assume that you did, by whatever means. You will still have to bring it to the polling unit. It will still have to go through all these processes.
Okay, for the big elections now in 2015, I mean, those who have not even registered, who don't have any voter card, do they have a chance of getting a voter card?
Oh, sure. We by August 15, we've done the continuous voter registration in 10 states. Then when you add Ekiti and Osun, 12 states now. By August 15, we start the second phase in 12 states, where people will collect their permanent voter cards. Then shortly after, those who do not have their data on the register can come for registration. And subsequently, we'll do the third phase of states. That's the last set of states.
How does INEC view all these commercials that are coming on? And because some people think that, look, these are campaigns.
You see, the where we are with campaigns now is for INEC and the political parties to come up with, because at the last meeting, the commissioners made some issue of it, and we have a quarterly meeting with political parties, and they said, okay, go and draw up a guideline on what constitutes political campaign. Because you see, the law itself is not too helpful. Section 99 of the Electoral Act is all that we have to rest on. And all it says is, elections shall be, campaign shall begin 90 days before election and stop 24 hours to election. That's all. So what is campaign? You see, and these are things that can be exploited by people who play smart. So you are hard pressed to define, okay, so what is campaign? So the political party said, okay, go, INEC, we give you the mandate. Go and list the set of things that will constitute political campaign. Bring it to us, let us see, and then we will all agree on it. And we have done that. We have given it to them to make their input. So the process is on. Once the document is perfected, it will be binding on everybody.
All right, thank you for coming on this morning. Kayode Idowu is the Chief Press Secretary to the Chairman of INEC. He's been speaking about the expectations for the elections in Osun tomorrow. He says, don't worry, INEC will do their best to ensure that elections are locally and internationally acclaimed. Unfortunately, we can't get the police to respond to some of those, but he said all kinds of allegations will always make their rounds, but they say they will do their best to ensure that that happens.